This video is gonna annoy me, and I'm already annoyed because I had to record this intro like 10 times already, and that's, well, evidently that has me very annoyed. Yeah. Anyways, I was originally gonna look at this video yesterday, but, well, I didn't, and if you've seen yesterday's video, well, you'll know why I didn't react to this video yesterday, because, well, I just had to spite someone, so, yeah. Which was fun, yeah. But now we're into the video I was going to look at yesterday, and yeah, this is going to annoy me, especially based on what I saw in the thumbnail. So, yeah. Is this the average male fantasy by Shoeonhead? I'd say more for this intro, but I'm just going to butcher it again if I do. So, yeah, we're just going to jump right into it. So, you know, like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications so I don't miss anything. Check out my gaming channel. And without further ado, let's jump right into the video now, shall we?
Men. What do they want? Money? Status? Fast, expensive cars? What is the ultimate male fantasy? Is it fame? Fortune? 3 hot chicks at once? Hell yeah, brother.
One's enough.
No, according to men on the internet, it's something a little more simple.
Yep, here it is. Yeah, someone posted, I don't remember exactly what the original post was, but they basically posted this scene from, I don't remember the name of this anime, but it was basically like something about a male fantasy, and it was just, you know, having a loving and wholesome relationship, and then Twitter demonizes it, because of course it does. Why wouldn't it? It's Twitter. Give them anything, and they'll find a way to demonize it. Doesn't matter how wholesome it is. Just give them enough time, which, let's be real, they don't need a lot of time, and someone will demonize it. Yep, because, well, that's just Twitter. Yep. I already had to pause my video because my dog was going off. Anyways, hey, comment number 1.
This is literally just a fetish. I fucking hate men so much. Men are why we can't have nice things. As I was working on an upcoming video, I made the terrible mistake of logging onto Twitter, where I saw this post. A montage from the—
What did that say? All men just have preferred fantasies. The average male. Yeah, that's what the post was. Yeah. Which, by the way, this pretty much is just the average male fantasy, just having, you know, a loving and wholesome relationship. Yeah. Like, give me a wholesome, loving relationship like this. I'm happy. Yeah, that's literally it, and I'm fine. Yeah.
Post. A montage from the anime Josie, the Tiger, and the Fish, a movie about a college student who is assigned to take care of a paraplegic girl, and spoiler, eventually they fall in love.
No.
Many men were yearn posting in the replies of this tweet and talking about how they wish to fall in love and—
If you're wondering why there's a cut just now, it's because my dog just started barking.
Of a relationship like this, while many others, mostly women, were absolutely f***ing disgusted at this. Why would a bunch of men be fantasizing about being with a woman in a wheelchair? Seems pretty creepy and predatory, right? Also just unrealistic and problematic. Well, in this video, we are going to be talking about why so many men resonated to that clip and this movie, and why so many people are so confused as to why. We are also going—
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't think anyone cared about the wheelchair disabled or the disabled part. It's just the wholesome, loving relationship, pretty much. Yep.
To be reading some absolutely unhinged tweets, as usual, to get to the bottom of why such a wholesome post turned into, once again, another battlefront for the ongoing, never-ending gender war. Yay. Men versus women, women versus men, the male loneliness epidemic, the female loneliness epidemic, the dealing with dating apps. Do men prefer thin women or curvy women? Brunettes or blondes? Do women like dad bods or fit men? Do they like beards or clean-shaven? Oh yeah, that reminds me.
Sponsor
Let's
time.
quickly get into today's sponsor,
Called it.
Henson Shaving. You ever just accept that some products are just garbage?
Yes.
Like, for years I thought ripping your tights on the first wear was just a part of being a human woman. We just accepted that. That's just how it is, sweetie. But that shouldn't be how it is. It's a bad design. And that's why I like Henson Shaving. Because if you've ever used a multi-blade razor, you're probably sick of the irritation, the razor burn, the overpriced blades, and you probably think, That's just the way it is. But it doesn't have to be how it is. Thanks to Henson Shaving. Henson Shaving is on a mission to improve shaving, with no gimmicky subscriptions or moisturizing strips, but with real innovation and a focus on your skin's health. What really sets Henson apart is their engineering, with their Henson AL13 safety razor being manufactured in an aerospace machine shop that built parts for the International Space Station. This precision allows the blade to extend just 1/1000th of an inch beyond the shave plane, less than the thickness of a human hair. The razor prevents any bouncing or skipping, resulting in an irritation-free shave every time. And here's the best part. Once you invest in a Henson razor, it's a lifetime purchase. The only thing you'll need to replace are the blades, which literally cost only 10 cents each. So once you own the razor, you'll be spending like $3 to $5 on blades, compared to the ongoing cost of buying expensive plastic cartridges. Henson's store offers a variety of colors and even a titanium version, so you can pick the razor that best fits your style. So if you're tired of razor burn and overpaying for blades, now is the perfect time to make the switch. Just head over to hensonshaving.com/shoe and add both a Henson razor and the 100 blades to your car, and then enter code SHOE at checkout to get the 100 blades for free with your purchase.
There you go.
Your skin, your wallet, and your environment will thank you. Big thanks to Henson Razor for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad. You didn't skip the ad, right?
Oh.
Now let's get back to the video.
Alright.
Now, I am not an anime connoisseur. In fact, I basically know nothing about anime. I am probably the most...
You know, that could be a good thing in some ways. Yeah. But if you are looking for anime, may I interest you in... what was it? Tokyo Ravens? Oh no, I'm trying to get you to look at a cursed anime scene. Watch there be like a bunch of comments on this video just recommending cursed anime for Shu to look at. Yeah. Yeah.
Poorest of all the tourists.
Alright.
Yeah, hi. I have a question. Was the upskirt shot necessary
Yes.
in order to advance the plot?
Mm-hmm.
I watched Pokemon and
The answer is always yes.
Sailor Moon when I was a kid, and a few years ago I watched Beastars on Netflix. Legoshi.
Why? Like, B-stars? Really? Like, just... I just realized my camera's, like, out of place. My tracking might not have been doing well because of that. I don't know. Anyways, but, like, really? B-stars? I just want to know what compelled Shu to watch Beastars. Like, just, what compelled her? Like, just... Oh my god. I've never watched Beastars, and I do not plan to, like, ever. So, yeah.
Best boy. Not a furry, by the way. And honestly, that's
yeah, sure.
about it for my anime consumption. Unless you're counting VTubers. If you're counting VTubers, I watch a lot of anime. But because of this clip
Yeah, a lot of VTubers react to her. Me included, yeah.
going viral, I watched Josie the Tiger and the Fish, and, well, I thought it was a good movie. I recommend watching it. I thought it was a really cute, good story. I only cried a little bit, and I completely understood what-
A little bit, huh? Yeah, okay. Granted, I've never watched it too, so who knows, maybe I could watch and tear up a bit, yeah. Honestly, I don't tear up watching much media either. And I only teared up once while watching anime, and, yeah, I'm not gonna explain why I teared up, because honestly, I look at that and I'm just like, oh god, I'm actually embarrassed at what it was. Don't ask me what it is. I'm not telling you, okay? I'm not.
what the tweet meant by calling it the average male fantasy. So, what was wrong with it? Why did this clip go
There should
so
have been nothing wrong with it, but just... It's Twitter. Yeah. That was the only thing wrong about it. There was nothing wrong about it, except for where you posted it on. That being Twitter. That was the only thing wrong with it.
viral in
Other than that, nothing wrong with it.
such a negative way? Why were thousands of people angry at this post? Well, let us dilly-dally no longer and read some of these angry replies to get a better understanding of what the issue is, shall we? Wholesome male fantasy, and it's fetishizing a disabled girl for him to control.
Jesus Christ.
Oh no. They think, oh god.
Yeah, because of course they do.
Why? Always vulnerable, always happy, always needs you. Pretty perverted. Where are these fan fictions coming from? There were like hundreds of
Probably from Tumblr. That's my guess, yeah. I mean, I don't know where else they could come from. Yeah, Tumblr, Reddit, I don't know. Because, like, just... I don't know. I've only got one thing to say to these idiots who post stuff like that, and that's just go back to Tumblr. Nobody wants you here. Yeah. Get deported back to Tumblr. Seriously though, they need to like be forcibly put back on Tumblr.
Tweets just like this. Why did they see a cute montage of a happy couple, a man and a woman happy, together? I know, unheard of. Why did they see that and then immediately come to these conclusions? Like, as someone who actually watched the movie, Josie is not always happy, and she's absolutely not portrayed as some, like, vulnerable, ooh-woo, sex doll waifu. She's boisterous, she kind of has a foul mouth.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I remember seeing, like, a quote retweet on it, and someone saying that the dude taking care of her was, like, actually pretty annoyed with her at the start, and then, you know, over time got used to her, and then, you know, they fall in love, so, yeah. But then again, I've never watched it, so I'm just going off of what I saw in the quote retweet.
She's very sassy and
well, based on what she's saying, that seems to be a bit right.
Headstrong. She like straight up calls him her servant, but she was also very depressed. She basically never left her house. She was basically a girl failure. As a former girl failure, I love to see representation in media. But
former girl failure, okay. And yeah, it makes sense. I'd probably be depressed too if I was a paraplegic too and couldn't feel my legs or whatever.
They actually show her disability, like, not in a good way. Like, they don't romanticize it, they don't sugarcoat it. And I noticed, unlike a lot of movies, unlike a lot of romance movies, at least like the Hallmark kind, where it's like the stuffy male lead learning to live life from the quirky, cute female lead, he's already got his shit together. And she learns to live life from him. He encourages her to live her dreams, and in return, he learns to live life in a completely different way. And I thought that was really cool and sweet. Also, the animation was really good. Is anime good? Have I been sleeping on anime this entire time? His fantasy?
Well, other than Beastars, yeah, and I don't know how good or bad Beastars is, but it's furry stuff, so I will not be watching it ever. So yeah, that will be on my blacklist, yeah. Yeah, I think I can put Beastars in the blacklist of anime I'll never watch, along with the heapless amounts of other shonen anime that I'm never gonna watch. Sorry, Beastars, you're joining Naruto and One Piece, along with a couple of other animes, yeah. There's also some other anime that I vowed to never watch. Oh yeah, Fairy Tail too, yep, that's going in there with that, there you go. Which reminds me, I said I didn't like Fairy Tail in a previous video once, and then someone in the comments of that video got mad at me and said, I will never watch you again because you don't like Fairy Tail. I'm just like, okay. Okay. Yeah, because I was just like, okay. I mean, that's... yeah, no, I'm fine. And while I've never watched Fairy Tail and never plan to, I know that one of the concepts of it is that is like a lot of power friendship stuff. And if that's the case, yeah, I'm never watching it. No. The power of friendship annoys me, and if that's literally where you're going to be basing that whole anime off of, yeah, I'm fine. I'll live watching whatever dark and depressing stuff anime that I usually watch, along with the extremely dark and gory manga I read too, which is a lot. Yeah. Like seriously, the amount of like dark and just morbid manga and manhwas I have read is just like damn. Like seriously, I've read like so much dark manga stuff. It is like just yeah. And it's just like, why is it good though? Why is it good? Well, most of it is. I have come across a couple stinkers, but yeah. Came across one stinker that probably would have been good if it wasn't for the localizer just absolutely demolishing it for just... I don't know why, but if anything, that just goes into the argument of why people want localizers to get replaced by AI more and more. Yeah. Is it kind of bad that I want to go read another dark manga? Like, is it bad that I want to go, like, search for another one and read it? I don't know. Anyways, let's get back into this.
Is that she becomes permanently disabled and helplessly dependent on him, but can still make him a sandwich? Sounds about right. Oh my god. After watching the...
Yeah, I'm willing to bet, like, nobody actually cared about this, whether she was disabled or not. They just wanted the wholesome, loving relationship. Like, just, yeah. Most people would, yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure the people complaining are most likely a very, very small but loud minority that nobody likes.
Movie, these tweets are even more insane. But even putting the movie aside, just seeing that like cute montage out of context, where the fuck are they getting this? These are very clearly just two happy people. But because the caption was the average male fantasy, their mind immediately goes to the darkest, worst faith interpretation of this. The problem is these people can't.
This tweet literally just got ambushed by a bunch of misanders, pretty much. I mean, how else do you want to put it? Yeah, like, that's just... Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure one Misander saw this, and they're just like, and they just called out, they just did, like, you know, the Velociraptor call for help to get the rest of the Misanderists over here, and just, you know, they went off. Yeah.
See any humanity in men. They can't see any humanity in humanity in general. Average male fantasy equals girlfriend with no agency who's completely physically dependent on you and forced into blanket subservience and compliance. Sounds about right. You males are weird for fetishizing physically disabled women. Average male fantasy is having a physically disabled girl that they can abuse however they want. Got it. Not to be that guy.
You know, now that I'm thinking about it, you think that a lot of these are just projection? I'm just asking because a lot of tweets like this on Twitter is literally just straight up sheer projection. Like, I'm just saying, yeah. And you know what? It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me at all if it was just that, you know. I know a lot of people don't like using the word projection whenever it comes to stuff like this, but I mean, what other word are you supposed to use whenever it's literally just that? It's just projection, 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 over and over and over again. It's just like, I don't know what else to use. Like, the amount of projection you see on Twitter is just abysmal. It's endless. Like, just... yeah.
I'm gonna be that guy. The infantilization of the physically disabled here is a little, dare I say, ableist? The implication here that people in wheelchairs cannot find love, and if they do, the person who loves them literally just loves them because they can't run away. Weird. Average men can't even...
She really just did the Rachel Zegler thing, really. Okay.
Be nice to their healthy and normal girlfriend. What makes you think they'll be able to handle disabled person as their lover? What?
I'm willing to bet that this person had like one bad experience and they took said bad experience and then just blamed the entire male gender because of that, and just, yeah, or something along the lines of that, yeah. That's what these type of people like to do. They see one bad experience like this, and they completely blow it out of proportion, and it's like, nope, and they just think the entire well is poison whenever it just isn't. Like, just not even close. I hate those type of people where they're just like, the whole well is contaminated type people. Like, one bad experience, get rid of the whole well or something, just...
Whoa, normal? What do you mean by normal? These people are just so ableist, chat. Can you believe it? Chat? Chat? I don't even live stream.
I was about to say, you're not even live streaming. I just...
Chat! I'm disabled, blind, so I showed this to my boyfriend. He says, I love you because you're you, and you make my days happier. So what if I have to drive you places or help you with cooking and cleaning? I would have done that anyway. Disability has nothing to do with it. I love you.
How wholesome. See?
Ma'am, I don't know how to tell you this, but, your boyfriend is a rapist. Sorry you had to find out this way.
Yeah, Jesus, yeah, that's literally how people on Twitter would react. Yeah, like, nice, wholesome posts and everything. Ma'am, this is Twitter. People are gonna hate this, and, well, yeah.
Show this as fantasy because it's not true for the majority of men who participate in abuse of disabled people. No, the fantasy is the woman appreciates his efforts to make her happy. Stop lying and abusing women and the disabled. Your meds, schizos. You don't even know
that! I should, like, send that to, like, to crazy people on Twitter, yeah. Whenever someone on Twitter sends them a schizo post, just send that small clip to them, yeah.
That f***ing guy, what do you mean stop abusing women and the disabled? Bitch, who are you?
For real.
Also, the majority of men participate in abuse of disabled people. Are you okay? The majority of men are not abusers. That is a very, very small minority of men.
Exactly!
The majority of men are men that just wake up, take a shit, get out of bed, take a shower, go to work, come home, and wait for GTA 6 to come out. That is the majority of men.
Yeah, that's not coming out anytime soon, by the way. And a while ago, I made a theory that whenever it comes around to the release date next year, they're going to delay it another year. And, you know, I'm still standing on that. Yeah, like, clip this if you need to, and just keep it just keep it in the back of your head, okay? Also went back a bit while I'm rambling off while the no word wasn't on there. I forgot what else I was gonna say. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, like pretty much like Shu said, it's just a small minority of people who actually do that, and like they see a small minority and they think it's the entirety of it. Like they think the whole well's been contaminated. Yep.
Majority of men. Men commit 95% of all rape, but okay. Barging into the romance section of Barnes & Noble like, attention everyone! Rape! Where is that coming from? So close.
Like just whatever in their, coming from their schizo brain, just...
This is fetish content.
It's not.
Ah yes, the dirtiest, most taboo of all.
Like if you see like that whole wholesome scene and if you think fetish content, well, like Shu said earlier, you're mad, schizo. And they won't take it though. They won't take it. No. This is why the asylums need to be brought back. You need to put these schizos in them. Like, good God. I don't know who got rid of the asylums, but kick them in the balls. Kick them right in the balls.
Fetishes.
That was a horrible idea of getting rid of the asylums. Kick them in the balls. I stand by that.
Ooh, of all fetishes, a happy relationship. Honestly, in 2025, that might be true. Oh, you want a wife and kids? You sick f***. But this is literally...
I mean, it's how long has it already been like that? I mean, just... You know, like, cause, you know, that's like what most men would like, is just a loving wife and starting a family and everything, and just having kids, whatever, like, just, yeah, it's just, yeah. But this is literally just a perverted fate. You're the only one who's seeing it that way. You need to take your meds.
Literally just a perverted fantasy, LMAO.
Like, this was just a wholesome thing, and you're the one turning it into this.
You think it's a perverted fantasy because, how do I put this nicely? You are a pervert. Literally seeing a cute montage of a male and female character.
Like, if anything, that just says more about the people commenting than the people who just, like, the people who just, you know, yearn for a loving relationship like this, yeah. Because, you know, just, you know, because if they see that and that's what they think, it says more about them than anything, you know.
Having fun together, being in love together, and being like, rape! He's a rapist! This is a fetish! Are these people okay?
No.
Stop watching porn! Wait, this is a woman. Okay, stop reading Taken by the Werewolf Billionaire. Or whatever the fuck you read. I swear to God, some of the shit women read would make the most depraved internet gooner blush.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it would. Because, like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I have seen, whenever it comes to statistics and what some women have for fantasizing, it's... Well, like she said, it would make you blush.
Or so I've been told. This is
exactly. So, so I've been told too. Yeah.
Literally just a fetish. Okay, listen, I'm not gonna pretend there's nobody.
Like they're just projecting their fetish, yeah.
Out there who's like, she can't run away. She has no legs.
Yeah, there are definitely some guys like that, but it very small. What did I just pause on? Anyways, as I was saying, there are definitely some people who do fetishize that, but like I said, small minority, and these idiots just think the well is entirely poison.
I'm not gonna sit here and pretend there's nobody out there who has a crippled, disabled fetish, okay?
No.
I've been on the internet for 20 years. I've been on DeviantArt. I've seen shit you wouldn't believe. But the majority of people... Probably most, if not all the people responding to this, do not have a cripple fetish, okay?
True.
In fact, her being in a wheelchair basically has nothing to do with it. Much like how females coom over, like, vampires or, like I said before, the billionaire werewolf fantasy. This is just the average male fantasy distilled down to its most extreme. So what is the average male fantasy? The average male fantasy is the fantasy of both men and women alike. It is simply to love and to be loved.
True.
But more specifically,
But apparently that's just too much to ask for in this day and age.
Fantasy is to be a protector and a provider for those that they love.
Exactly.
Put a pin in this because we are going to come back to this in a big way, trust me. The average male fantasy is being a globally known terrorist. The average male fantasy is that a woman who isn't fat. The average male fantasy is actually job security. You know what? These guys may have a point here.
Yeah, except for the first one. The last two, yeah. Yeah.
Pedophile alert. Men want disabled child wives. Average male fantasy is a disabled child. More proof that men are pedos. That's a little girl. This is weird. So, first of all, she's literally older than the guy.
Oh,
the guy is 22 and she is 24.
And of course, they just... Yeah, that's also Twitter. They just see... What is it they say? The height of consent? How many things of consent has Twitter made? That is literally the logic they have. They make their own thing of consents. That is a thing. Like, actually, wasn't that made by Brittany Venti? The height of consent? And then she didn't even measure up to her own standards too. And it's just like, oh my god. Like, how many so-and-so of consents have they just made out of nowhere? We got, like, eye placement of consent, too. That's another thing. Like, what other thing do they have of that? It's just... I don't know. I'm pretty sure someone made, like, a whole catalog of, like, okay, what kind of fake thing of consent are they gonna make? We have kind of consent. We have eye placement of consents. It's just... There was, like, I don't know how many Revs Desu videos I've seen where he's gone over, like, crazy people saying, like, you have blank of consent or whatever, and it's just... Yeah, I'm pretty sure in some ways that what I just said now could be taken out of context. There's only age of consent, and that's it, and consent in general, and that's it. No height of consent, no eye placement of consent, or whatever other crazy stuff these schizos make. Like, just... Jesus Christ. Yeah, they see a short person, they literally see a child. Doesn't matter how old you are. It's just, yeah. It's like those Twitter posts where they say, that is literally a 21-year-old child. And it's just like, really? 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 A 21-year-old? And you think that's a child? Oh my god. Like, my faith keeps on just dissenting, while my disappointment keeps on growing.
In anime years, he is practically hag-maxing. And yes, she may be physically disabled, but aren't all men mentally disabled in their own special way? At least the ones in my audience. They will freely admit this. Maybe I
mean, I'm here with the femboy model, so... So, just... Yeah.
older woman is taking advantage of this sensitive young man. Have you ever thought of that? She looks like an 11-year-old child. Where are her breasts? First of all, really weird way to say that. She looks like a child. Show me her titties. Also, I love how, like, when anime women...
Yeah, that's... Jesus Christ. Yeah, very weird thing to say, indeed.
Have huge boobs. It's disgusting, Coomer brain or whatever. But if the anime woman has small boobs, she is a child and you're a child.
Yeah, that's another thing that's... Twitter. Yeah, is that another thing there? The boob size of consent, was that another thing? You know, it wouldn't surprise me if that was another thing, yeah. And so like, it must be this big, or, you know, just... Oh my god. These people need to go back to Tumblr, man, and stay there.
IMO. Can't fucking win. Also, if she had big boobs, they'd absolutely be like, wow, look at this sexualization of the disabled. Also, you know, like, adult women can be flat-chested, right?
Exactly.
Like, that actually exists in real life. Like, adult human women can have small boobs. We love all titties here on the Shoeonhead channel. All titties is good titties.
True.
End of story. Women fantasy. A boyfriend with depth and a loving, soft, deeply caring side of them. Men's fantasy. 12-year-old anime girl who looks and speaks like a toddler.
Projection.
Also notice how she's literally the shape and size of a child. Yuck. Have you people ever seen a child? No. You're all childless.
Yeah.
Silly me. She's not.
And if they do see a child, I'd be more concerned for the child and what they're about to do, honestly, because yikes. Like, I do not think these schizos should be anywhere near a child, and I think they should keep a 5-kilometer distance away from all schools, playgrounds, whatever.
Even that short, she's just sitting. See, like, when they're laying side by side, she's like a full-grown adult woman. Why do these people look at this and immediately think of child rape? Go to therapy. And listen, I know with anime...
Therapy's not gonna fix them. Therapy's not gonna fix them.
It can get a little weird, right? Like, excuse me, Poo Poo Pee Pee Chan is 2,000 years old, and this is Poo Poo Pee Pee Chan. But this does not even look like a child. This looks like a cute woman. This is like a random rant, but... I feel like there are no more cute women nowadays. You know what I mean? You have all, like, the Insta baddies, the e-thoughts, the e-girls, the muscle mommies, the boss babes, the boy babes. But I feel like every woman is just hot now. Which, by the way, I don't think is healthy for the male psyche whatsoever. You shouldn't wake up and be able to scroll through pictures of, like, the hottest woman you've ever seen in your life, like, 20 times before you've had, like, your morning cup of coffee. You shouldn't log in and immediately be one-shotted by 1010s all day, as if that wouldn't make you go insane, as if that wouldn't make you crash out. Like, back in the day, you'd probably see, like, one fine dame on your bus ride to work, and you'd think about her for 40 years until the day you die. That's how it used to be. That's how it should be. Now every woman is like a crazy,
Okay.
hot,
I got nothing to say for that.
unobtainable Instagram goddess with the fattest of acts. Zoomers don't know how good we had it. You'd go to Blockbuster, and the 21-year-old cashier behind the counter would be the most adorable woman you've ever seen. No
True.
Botox, no lip filler, just a pure soul, full of joy and whimsy. And now women are full of hate and SSRIs. But they're hot. They're hotter than they've ever been. They're hotter
Someone explain to me what an SSRI is in the comments.
and more depressed than they've ever been in history. Sad. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, anime. I didn't
Yeah.
take my Vyvanse today, could you tell? Men's
I don't
fantasy.
know what that is.
A big titty woman with the face of a 16-year-old that is useful for cooking, cleaning, and sex. Women's fantasy. Gets treated like a queen and a man who keeps tracks of our periods so he can take care of us. I think I speak for a lot of women here when I say our fantasies do not, in fact, include men tracking our periods.
Yeah, that's weird, man. Yeah. God, that reminded me of that one 4chan post where someone actually did that with a VTuber. Ugh. Saw that in a paired 4chan video, by the way. I don't actually go on 4chan. That's the only the only time I ever see anything for 4chan is whenever someone posts something from their what is it, post boards or whatever, I don't know, on Twitter or on a paired 4chan video. Yeah.
Personally, if my husband was like, honey, just a reminder, you're in your luteal phase, I'm taking the kids.
Oh,
Men like to pretend they want this, and then they beat their wife when dinner isn't ready or their son when he's misbehaving. First of all, I'm sorry that happened to you. But there are in fact good men out there.
Yeah, that totally, yeah, projection, 100% projection right there.
I've seen them. Some may be in this very audience.
Wait, what?
Sorry, I couldn't.
My mind did not register that entirely.
First of all, I'm sorry that happened to you. But there are in fact good men out there. I've seen them. Some may be in this very audience. Sorry, I couldn't keep a straight face. This is the Shoeonhead audience. You're all gremlins. Male fantasy
Okay. I don't know what most people's perspective of me is, but I'm pretty sure if you saw some of my text messages and everything, I think gremlin would be a bit of an understatement. Seriously, some of the unhinged like text messages and DMs I send are crazy, yeah.
equals a woman that can't run away from him. A woman that's dependent on him. Interesting. When men are involved, it's basic survival instinct to assume the worst. Men are guilty until they prove themselves innocent. You know what? I take my opinions back on free speech. I changed my mind. No more free speech. No more free speech until you bitches learn to behave.
I think all we really need to do is just take these people and just deport them back to Tumblr, yeah.
A woman's fantasy is a man who won't rape her, and a man's fantasy is raping a woman. I'm sorry, where is the rape man? Maybe that's how you see it, because you're brainwashed to hate men. So true. I hate how... But in reality, women are the real demons here. Oh, god damn it. We just want a happy relationship. Is it so much to ask for?
For real. Like, just a happy relationship. Like, that's it. That's all I want. Like, seriously, like, just get me in a relationship where I can just cuddle up with my non-existent girlfriend. I say non-existent because I've already accepted the fact that I'm gonna die alone, okay? Like, I've accepted that, okay? I get it. I'm dying alone. I know, and I can't pull no one, okay? I get it. I'm dying alone, alright? I'm dying sad and alone, and that's how the rest of my life is going to be, okay? I get it. But, you know, is that really so much to ask for? It's just like where I can just, you know, cuddle up with the girl, like, on the couch or whatever, and just watch YouTube or movies all night? Is that really so much to ask for? Like, it's like, come on. Well, apparently it is. So, yeah. And, well, like I said, I've already accepted the fact that I'm dying alone.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yep.
Oh look, more misogynistic gooner fantasy slop written by misogynistic gooner men. This is why 70% of anime is garbage. So here's the thing, that misogynistic gooner fantasy slop written by misogynistic gooner men was actually written by Saiko Tanabe, a woman. A woman wrote this story.
Why is it always like that? They say this they say like some thing and they're like, this disgusting thing was written by a horrible man. Turns out to be a woman, and it's just like ugh. Yeah, I think that's another thing that I remember like I was talking about earlier, where like what was it? How do I word this right? I think I forgot how to word this right. Okay, well, forget what I was gonna say.
And I feel like a very important detail everyone is sleeping on when they covered this was the fact that this is very much the female fantasy as well. A man loving you for who you are despite your flaws, literally sweeping you off your feet and carrying you around on adventures, helping you live out your dreams, face your fears, and supporting you through the good and bad times. You're going to sit here and tell me that's not the female fantasy too?
I mean, I can't speak on women, but if But to the people that have common sense and aren't a schizo, I would imagine it would be the majority. Yeah. But like I said, I can't speak because I'm not one, but I'm going off of what I hope common sense does. Yeah. I don't think I worded that right at the end, but yeah. I don't know, I'm kind of bad at commentating on stuff like this at times, but yeah. I try though. I'm trying.
Is this not the basic female fantasy? Is this not the knight in shining armor coming to rescue you and falling in love with you? Why on earth are so many women so mad at this? Are men now the hopeless romantics? Are men now the ones yearning for a fairy tale romance? Is this why all the Disney remakes are like, she's not gonna be saved by the prince, she's a strong, independent woman? Meanwhile, men still want to be the prince, men still want to be the knight in shining armor. Men are like, I will save you from your monotonous 9-to-5 job. I will give you a house and babies. And women are like, no, I must be an actuarial consultant. Be gone, vile misogynist. Is that what is occurring here? Also, that aside...
Most likely, yeah. Is that what Snow White was like? Is that what the Rachel Zegler Snow White was like? You know, it wouldn't surprise me.
There literally is a gender-swapped version of this story called Perfect World.
Well.
It is a manga. Mango?
Mango.
Oh, no. Do not
I'm pretty sure it's manga, but who cares? I know what you're talking about, and that's all that matters.
come for me, weebs. Men will statistically leave their...
Yeah, the sad thing is someone totally will, because, you know, we got the pronunciation police, and they're definitely gonna do something.
Wives and partners the moment they find out they're disabled or have a life-threatening condition. You're right, it is a
I think I remember seeing this on Twitter, and I think this got, like, disproven, too.
fantasy. Actually, that study was debunked by the authors themselves, who admitted they did the math wrong. It's actually not much higher, but then again, even if it was, and it happens, I've seen it happen to people, it's terrible. Marriage should be through sickness and through health. Yeah. But that's not really the point here. And the fact that so many people are focusing on the wheelchair part of this just proves that they just don't get it. The ones of pure mind and pure soul get it. But these f***ing semen demons out here, they don't get it. But not all semen demons. The amount of people in comments who just don't get that men want a cute, loving girlfriend.
Oh my god, yeah, Scooch-chan got, like, hate for this, didn't she? Like, this... I remember seeing, like, a Hero Hate video on this, and, like, she got hate for this, but, you know, she also got a lot of support for this, thankfully so. And even Shoeonhead responded to her in, like, DMs or something, too, so... Yeah, it reminded me, yeah, it's just... Yeah, like, a lot of VTubers have, like, come out, like, trying to support men, and they've just been getting hate for it. Thankfully, they seem to be getting more support than hate, but still, it's just crazy. Like, even one got doxxed. What was it, Kitchenero? Yeah, Kitchenero, she got doxxed for wanting to support men, but, you know, she kept supporting them even after that, which, you know, based, yeah. And honestly, that's the way you go. Even when that happens, stick to your guns and don't let off, yeah.
It is beyond me. They call them creeps for wanting actual love and not a girl boss who only wants your money.
Preach.
Ah, thank you. A sane person. Hopefully the replies aren't full of...
It's crazy how, you know, the VTubers are somehow the sane people now. And it's just like, how did this happen? Like, I'm pretty sure we were supposed to be, like, the mentally unwell, but now we're somehow the sane people because everything else has just been deteriorating mentally and have become more crazier. And, yeah. Yeah.
people calling her a pick-me. Pick-me alert.
Yeah,
Least obvious
Jesus
pick-me. Me, pick me please. Hope he picks you, sis. Pick me, pick me, pick me. An incel could have written this.
I hate these type of people.
Why are so many
Twitter people, yeah.
VTubers either pick-me's or racist? You mean why do so many female VTubers disagree with you?
Yeah.
Why so many aren't towing the mainstream liberal feminist NPC line? Because they can. See, the most powerful weapon women have against other women is social ostracization. You don't want to be seen as a pick-me or a racist, so you keep your mouth shut in order to survive in female social circles. But in the cases of VTubers, virtual YouTubers, they're basically anonymous.
Yeah.
They can say anything they want. They're basically wearing a mask. They're free from the chains of the eternal HR longhouse. But
Thank
apparently,
God.
even being anonymous online does not save them, because they still get doxxed for
Yeah.
simply not.
See? Yep, see? Yep, well, cat's out of the bag. A lot of you have seen it by now. I've been doxxed. Authorities have already been for me. You know why I've been doxxed? Because I dared say I support men. Yep.
Hating men. Lovely. Maybe I should save this rant for a different video someday. Moving on.
Wait, you mean that one video you said where you should where you're probably gonna react to VTubers reacting to you? Is that what we're talking about? Yeah, she said that in like what was it, the hag maxing video she made? I think it was that one though.
Men are why we can't have nice things, by the way.
Schizos like you are why we can't have nice things. Cause you know, you put something nice and then you gotta demonize it.
First of all, men make all the things.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I thought that said number one dick me.
Also, I just realized it was a man saying that.
Oh,
it was a
was it?
whole-ass man saying men are why we...
You know, that doesn't surprise me, honestly. It really doesn't. And it's funny how she was holding a Pick Me award whenever I'm pretty sure that dude is one of the most pick me of pick me men.
We can't have nice things. I don't deserve this trophy. This is for you, sir.
Exactly.
This is for you.
Thank
I'm
you.
not worthy. Listen,
Thank you.
I make women jokes. I'm very critical of feminism and propaganda aimed at women. But you will never catch me in a million years saying some shit like women are why we can't have nice things. I have a mom. I have female family members. I have female friends. Maybe one day I'll have a daughter. Women make the world a beautiful place, and like men, can be flawed and deserve criticism, like anyone else. But there's something genuinely so cucked about people who put down their own gender or race. Oh god, race.
Oh boy.
Self-hating white people. Don't get me started on self-hating white people.
Yeah, well, you mean white guilt?
White people are so evil. I hate being white. White people can't dance. White people food is so gross.
Yeah, those type of people are like some of the most insufferable people on this fucking rock, by the way. I'm just saying. And I'm saying that because, well, it's true.
Not getting into Wakanda, bro. You're not getting invited to the cookout.
For real.
Enough. But yeah, women were not the only ones who had a problem with this. There were a lot of men who didn't quite relate to this being the average male fantasy. It's fine to love the disabled. I didn't need to remind you that. But to glorify it? This anime is certainly Marxist propaganda.
What?
The movie is about him taking a job as her caretaker, and when he learns of her dreams, he makes it his mission to help her dreams come true. So it is Marxist propaganda to help a disabled person pursue their dreams?
Watch him say
it's
yeah.
woven in. Empathy is the
I was about to say, watch him say yes.
target of propaganda. Marxism is when girl in wheelchair. I love this. Empathy is the target of propaganda. Every piece of media that makes you feel empathy is communism. Political brain rot.
For
if you're
real.
at the point where you see this and you're thinking of communism, you need to log off.
Yeah, that's, well, like she said, political brain rot, because Jesus Christ. That reminds me of those idiots who call you whatever, all these types of buzzwords and everything that are slowly losing their meaning just because you disagree with them. Yeah, which just... Like I said, faith keeps deteriorating, disappointment keeps growing. Jeez.
You are unwell. I'm sorry, but when I reproduce, I don't want a high probability of my offspring being mentally or physically retarded. We need a better class of incels whose bar is higher than the retarded. She's not retarded, she has a spinal injury that's not genetic. Also, what is this LARP? I love how everyone is just kind of having like a normal conversation about this clip, and this guy just comes out of nowhere like, I would never put my pure white seed in such a vile creature. Like, you absolutely know this guy has a non-white girlfriend. They all do, all these like, I hate white people women always have white boyfriends. All these, I hate non-white people boys always have non-white girlfriends. I don't know what it is, but I've seen it.
Really? Is that a thing? So, what's with the anti-white rhetoric then? I don't know. Oh my god. These people need to get deported to Tumblr.
Too many times.
I don't know how many times I said that. I've said that like, what, 3-4 times right now? I stand by that, though.
I guarantee.
Go back to Tumblr. If any of you crazy schizos are watching this, go back to Tumblr.
When this man logs off of his Black Sun Roman statue Twitter account, he's clapping Latina booty cheeks. My fantasy is not being a simp, but okay. Fellas, is it simping to love a woman? Nah, this is not the male fantasy. That man is a beta male. If she wasn't in a wheelchair, she would leave him for Chad. Fellas, is it beta to love a woman? This is not my fantasy.
Oh my god, I hate people. I hate people.
This is some gay shit, to be honest. Fellas, is it gay to love a woman? What no pussy
Apparently, in this dumbass's mind,
does to a motherfucker. Brother,
is she about to say? I think she's about to say what I think she.
I've seen what pussy does to a motherfucker.
Yep, thought so. Figured. I was about to say the same thing.
And it's far worse.
True.
The average male fantasy.
Very true. Very true. Very true. You want an example? Look at iDubbbz. There's a really good example. Well, if he's actually getting any, because well, that whole part about Anissa taking her ring off while going to sun, and that's just one of the few things that coming out about him. Cause yikes.
Fantasy is taking care of their crippled wife. I don't think I've ever had that fantasy before. I thought it was going to be about going on some quest to kill the dragon to win the princess or something. It is. That is the average male fantasy. But there are no...
I mean, that don't sound bad either.
dragons to slay. There are no princesses to save. But there is that little old lady in the grocery store who can't quite reach that top shelf. There's that heavy box the pretty girl you work with can't quite lift herself. There's that jar of tomato sauce your wife can't quite open. There's that Lego set your little son can't quite put together himself. Or there is this paraplegic girl who wants to see the ocean. This is the princess and the dragon story. And despite what many are told, men do have a lot of love to give. And they want some kind of excuse or mechanism to show that love. In a world where men expressing themselves is either seen as toxic or gay. And one way of expressing that love is solving problems. Men fucking love solving problems. I don't know what it is. They also love reading Wikipedia articles. The amount of times I walked
I cannot relate to that, but okay.
Where my husband is reading a random fucking Wikipedia article about like the world's tallest buildings or like a random battle in World War II. I didn't know if this was autism or what, but apparently it's a man thing. Anyway, yes, men love.
If it is, I fail to adopt that. Yeah. Look at this. Why do I keep on pausing on Shu's face? Shu and his face, and she looks like. Oh my god. I think I was gonna say something else, but I forgot what it was. God damn it.
Solving problems. And in a world that makes them feel useless, makes them feel like they have no purpose, men desperately feel like they need to prove their worth. They are desperately looking for a purpose in life. So it is not at all shocking.
I've given up on finding a purpose, okay?
To me.
But that's just me. And a lot of others.
That the modern young man is seeing a clip like this and longing for this. A lot of modern men don't have a chance to prove themselves, to make something of their lives. They don't have a chance to provide anything for anyone because they don't have anything to provide and they don't have anyone. They are doing everything their grandfathers did, but seeing none of the results. They're lost. What can they provide? And as I said earlier, her being in a wheelchair is the protector and provider instinct taken to a extreme. And yes, it is a fantasy, considering if you ask anyone who's actually in a wheelchair, they know it's not all butterflies and rainbows, and they know that it's hard on relationships. It can be difficult on their partner. But just like in the movie, it's not shown as butterflies and rainbows. Josie feels like a burden. But towards the end of the movie, the guy takes on that burden. Not because he gets something in return, but because it's his duty. Because it makes her happy, which makes him happy in return. Loyalty, duty, virtue, acts of service, big or small. Men live for that shit. And yes, these are stereotypes. Not everyone fits into these boxes, blah, 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 blah. But for the most part, it's true. When many men look at this relationship, that is what they see. And a lot of modern women are looking at this relationship and being disgusted because, in a way, it's the complete inverse of the strong, independent woman they've been sold. They've been told they need to be. The modern woman crafted by modern Disney for modern audiences. Unlike the Hollywood-crafted modern woman, this woman does need her man. She is not strong and she's not independent, at least physically. This doesn't mean she's like an empty vessel with no thoughts or freedom. No, in fact, in the movie, Josie does roll away from him a few times. It is a fantasy not because of a power imbalance, but because the man has a tangible purpose, and the woman is willingly and lovingly letting him fulfill that purpose.
Because I can depend on you. I know that if I ever feel frightened, I can just reach out to you.
Men simply want something good to die for, to make it beautiful to live. This manifests in a lot of ways, but the most common is having a loving partner and or a family. Something unobtainable to many people nowadays. So
sadly.
Yes, literally one of the most normal things ever is becoming a fantasy. Sad. Also, men will...
that's... Yeah. Anyways, what was she about to say? I'm gonna go back a few seconds. Alright.
Sad. Also, men will deny this, but they absolutely have a biological clock. It may not hit in your teens or your 20s, but
what do you mean biological clock?
One day you're going to have a dream. You have a little daughter making you pancakes with your wife in the morning, and you're not going to be able to get it out of your head. And that is the male biological clock. Everything...
Ow. Yay. Is it bad that I've already kind of experienced that a tiny bit? Is it... because... Yeah.
You do, the money you make working that grating 9-to-5 job, it will all be for something bigger and more important than yourself one day. You will come home to a warm and happy home, greeted by people who care about you, and love you, and rely on you, and everything will make sense then. Until then, you'll just be on the internet, being called a misogynist, for wanting something bigger and more important than yourself, for wanting something beautiful and normal. And that is the average male fantasy. That... and 3 hot chicks at once. Hell yeah, brother! Haha, you know what I'm saying? So that was that little video.
I highly doubt I'd be able to keep up. No 3 hot chicks at once. Just one. I just want one. I keep on taking that too literal. I know it's a joke. No.
Men in the comments, let me know. Am I correct? Is that the average male fantasy?
Pretty much.
Or is it not that deep? Men and women in the comments, what is your fantasy? And no, I don't mean that. I don't want to hear about how you want to be crushed by a 12-foot futo. That is between you and God, not you and Shoeonhead. I mean, what is your ultimate dream? Do you want to travel the world? Do you want a nice big family one day? Do you want to own a farm? Do you want to live in a shed in the woods and make pipe bombs? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you soon with a new video. Bye!
See, I wish I had a dream like that, but if I'm being completely honest, well, I mean, the fact that I'm a VTuber pretty much already shows that I've given up on life, pretty much, which, yeah, because, like, honestly, if you really want to know how deep it really goes for me, I'm just a husk just wandering around in this realm of the living at this point now. That's, yeah, because, like I said, I've just given up, yeah, which is, yeah. Think of that how you will. Anyways, I'm waiting to see the final part now. There's usually a thing at the end. Oh, there's no thing at the end. Okay. Thought there'd be a funny thing at the end, but I guess not. This was a really good video, though. Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot, and, yeah. I also went ahead and read a few comments on here. Average male fantasy, being appreciated. Yeah. Are men now the hopeless romantics? Always have been, Shu. Always have been. We just keep it to ourselves. Yeah. Yup. I don't know if I want to read more of the comments. I'll read one more. Yeah, on second thought, I think I'm not going to. Alright, well, that was the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it just as much as I did. And if you did, check out the original one, which will be linked in the description below. Go support Shoeonhead for making this amazing video. She'll also be linked in the description below. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. Have a good day, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.